Hello, automotive trial watchers. This is Sharon, the Nissan Whistleblower. I'm sure you're wondering about Greg Kelly, starting to do that, conspiring with Carlos Ghosn to increase his income. Oddly, that conspiring started after I texted Mr. Tavares. He was my client, and we were in communication that Mr. Sayakawa, I texted Mr. Tavares from Trader Joe's that Mr. Kelly was working with Mr. Sayakawa and they wanted Mr. Tavares to fail because Sayakawa wanted to be CEO of Nissan. Now, I did this in 2009, and I know that Mr. Tavares told Ghosn, and because some weirdness happened, and in 2010, that is when Greg Kelly started the plan. You see, what happened was Sayakawa was the president of Nissan North America before Mr. Tavares. Tavares was coming in and he was going to be the first one to actually live, the first executive board member at Nissan to actually live in America. And that the plan was, and I told him that with him in America, Sayakawa could be back in Japan and get that seat ready for him, because they knew that Ghosn was going to have problems with Renault because the Renault numbers were so bad. Okay, so I learned a lot, including the fact that Nissan was going to go bankrupt unless they got that there was only 1.6 billion, but it was 1.4 billion from the U.S. Government. Basically, the Leaf was a bailout. You see, for the Nissan Leaf, people that worked on the Leaf were not offered jobs in Tennessee. The only reason, and Ghosn called the Leaf tech garbage until there was all this taxpayer money during the Obama administration for green cars. So when that money was available, Ghosn took that money, but it was really to pay their bills. And I know this because Carlos Ghosn's former mistress, Catherine Perez, was one of my clients and also a very good friend. I can say all this because I was never asked to sign a non-disclose agreement, because Greg Kelly fired all the capable people in human resources and hired a bunch of good old boys from a clique from the Smyrna plant. So when Nissan relocated from California to Tennessee, they basically hired a bunch of stupid people to run HR, and they didn't ask the relocation consultant working with the highest level executives at Nissan North America. They never asked her to sign a non-disclose. That is why I have been able to say everything. I've been terrorized. People have tried to kill me, all because I told Tavares. Well, I told him a lot, but he would have been successful without me telling him anything, because he actually knows something about cars, okay? That man could succeed at any car company, but he did not kind of get that the Cube was ugly. And he was told by marketing that they were going to sell like 50,000 Cube a year, okay? And I'm sitting in the car with him and his wife was there, and I said, "Sir," because he was going to give a speech. I think it was either at the LA or Detroit Auto Show about the numbers for the Cube. And I said, "Sir, that car is not going to sell. It's ugly. It's ugly, sir. It's ugly." And he said, "These are the numbers I've been getting." Sir, I know Eric Marks, who did marketing for the Leaf. He was a friend of mine. I knew his wife, Michelle. Really nice lady from California. She hated Tennessee because, a lot of the people from Tennessee at the time were like racist, good old boys, part of the good old boy network. And, Eric Marks was not like in the best, he and Greg Kelly did not get along very well, and so they kind of put him in charge of the Leaf marketing so he could fail. But I told Tavares about another client that I had named Christian Monet. Oh my God, Christian. He was one of my toughest clients. He was almost as tough as Mr. Tavares, because he was freaking so by the book, so ethical. Everything had to be 100% perfect. And now he leads Jeep. Okay, so I want to talk to him about a job soon, because after all the cars I've looked for in that Chrysler platform, the new Stellantis, is that how you say it? Well, anyways, I like the Jeep the best. I like it better than Maserati. I like it. I like, it's somewhat, I like the new two-tone look, yeah, very nice. Anyways, okay, back to the Carlos Ghosn thing. I've got so much to say. So anyways, with the Cube. So then Mr. Tavares did not make public statements about the Cube being this global blockbuster, okay? And not say that the projected units for the Cube were going to be as high as he was told, because they were about 10 times higher than they actually were. Because really, the Leaf has become, not the Leaf, but the Cube has been a car that has been basically used by people delivering pizzas because it's really freaking ugly. So, and then I told them the convertible Murano, the topless Murano, that was a joke. So they were coming out with a lot of crappy cars during the Tavares era. So all of the crappy cars were set. It was a conspiracy, not a political conspiracy, a car conspiracy. And car conspiracies happen. So Sayakawa left some really crappy cars to be coming out at North America when Tavares, who was one of the best car people on the board of all of Nissan globally, they were going to try to frame him with giving him bad cars. The Cube, the topless Murano. Oh, it was bad. And I had people delivering cars to me after I was jailed 3 times by people connected to Greg Kelly. Yeah, my tennis partner's husband had me jailed 3 times. I know, it's crazy. It's going to be a book, maybe a movie. Or maybe if I'm working for Mr. Tavares, helping create attractive cars that American women want, maybe I'll never write the book. You know why? Because it's a confusing story. But there is a hero in my story. That hero is Mr. Tavares. That hero are the people that have worked at Nissan that now want to work for Chrysler, and many of them are already working for Peugeot. But those people have helped me. People have reached out to me. I was almost homeless for a while because I whistleblew. And people in the auto community have been incredibly kind. And if I can't even name them because I want to protect them. But for the last decade, ever since I complained about Carlos Ghosn and Greg Kelly being corrupt, people from Nissan who now work at Peugeot, who now work at Hyundai, who now work at several other companies have been amazing to me. Toyota. I mean, thank you all. It's been a global effort to bring down Carlos Ghosn. And before that, a global effort to keep the whistleblower alive, fed, and sheltered. I'm glad my era of whistleblowing is over. I'm ready for a new job. And I don't want it to be politics. Because politics in America right now, it sucks. Sucks. So Mr. Tavares, please, if somebody that works for him, and I know they will watch this, please let him know that I'm an awesome researcher. And I know what women want in reference to a car. And there's plenty of amazing women right now in the auto industry, but my research skills are grade A. And I don't see anything that a global automotive company could need more. And I'd like to be based in Washington, D.C. because I'm already part of the think tank circuit. I go to the think tanks and I've worked on cybersecurity and I've worked on a lot of other issues, trade. And I believe by me going to the think tanks and me networking and bringing up issues like the Michael Hastings and the auto cyber attack, that's one of the reasons why OnStar went away, is that cybersecurity is very important, and rules and regulations in protecting the customer of these cars. And now that we're looking in an era of driverless cars, hydrogen cars, we need to make sure that there are safety guidelines in place. We need to make sure that people have the opportunity to hire the best and they're not regulated to some bizarre status. I mean, we have to respect diversity, but we cannot have so much diversity that you're not having the best people doing the job. You have to have the best people that can do the job. So you have to hire from a diverse group, and you have to hire a diverse group, but you cannot force that the engineers working on the engines of a car, that 25% of them be diverse if the best people, 95% of them are white males. I think we need to then fund money to get women and minorities into engineering schools to compete, but you need the best person for the job. And what I want to do is create a diversity program that allows for the next gen, whatever your color, whatever your race, whatever your gender is, you can succeed. But when you're building a product that involves safety, human safety, you need the best creating it. My name is Sharon Bovat. I am the Nissan whistleblower looking for a new title. Have a great day.